Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Buhari would have dealt with Wike, Fayose if he wishes. Femi Adesina says. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. If you don't know Femi Adesina, he's the mouthpiece of Muhammadu Buhari to the south. If you don't know Garuba Shehu, the mouthpiece of Muhammadu Buhari to the north. And the person of Lee Mohammed is another mouthpiece. Hear what Femi Adesina is saying. Buhari was planning to deal with Wike and Fayose. My people, I can't even believe it. You need to hear this for yourself. Don't forget to thumbs up for us and to subscribe. We really appreciate you. Let's go on to the news and get all the details. Buhari would have dealt with Wike, Fayose, if he wishes, Femi Adesina. Special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, has said that the Governor Wike and former Governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, has hurt the president so much that he could have dealt with them if he was a vindictive leader. Adesina, however, said Buhari chose not to do so because he was focused on the progress of all parts of the country and not the kind of person that Wike and Fayose thought he was. Adesina noted this in the latest edition of his Breaking News from Aso Rock series, which centers on Wike's surprisingly love and respect for Buhari after the federal government refunded over 78 billion naira to Rivers State government. He said Wike and Fayose has always attacked Buhari, but the first are now discovering the kind of person that President Muhammadu Buhari is. There was also the time Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose, who had formed a tag team with Wike in the anti-Buhari tendency. The president could have dealt with them in many ways, either overlaying or covering what they were doing. But he let them be. He was a father ready to tolerate his many children, irrespective of their differences, their perspective and prejudice. Adesina wrote, it came like a blowout of the blue early this week. Rivers State Governor Wike issued an advertisement which went into the completely different direction, contrary to his part of wishing Buhari not well. Wike, we know, was either usually crying wolf, where there was no known, alleged that the federal government wanted to kill them, or claiming that he was not answerable to the central government of Abuja in any way, or even profiling that the president and his political party, the All Progressive Congress APC, had failed the country in the leadership. If not for the maturity and the way President Muhammadu Buhari has handled Wike, you would not get that advertisement that he put up now. Muhammadu Buhari has really tolerated him. There was also the time Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose had formed a tag team with Wike in an anti-Buhari tendency, all to put down the administration. A couple of weeks back, the Federal Executive Council, FEC, of which Buhari is the chairman, has approved a refund of 148 billion to 5 states in the country for repair of federal roads. They include Rivers, Bayelsa, Ondo, Osun. Of the 5 states, only Ondo and Osun belongs to APC. The other 3 are the opposition, People Democratic Party, PDP. Rivers under Wike was particularly gotten a big chunk of the money. If not at time, this is no longer a time of insult, but Buhari did not let that influence his decision. He did not bother to look at his irresponsibility and personal incompetencies. Rivers State got the highest figure, 78.9 billion. And I remember some people asking me why this president should give such an amount of money to the governor who will call him names the next day. But that was where Wike surprised everybody. Last Monday, he issued newspaper advertisement with the title, "Thank you, our dear president." What? Our dear president? False. That's not true. Not from Wike. But yes, truly and really, it was yours one and only, yours sincerely, Wike, Governor of Rivers State. He thanked the president for approving the refund fund, noting that the president has, by this remarkable, heartwarming gesture, showed not only his love for the government of the people of Rivers State, but also demonstrated expressly that you are indeed a president for every state of the federation of the country. True or false, Wike went ahead to even inform the president to please come and see Rivers State for himself. He invited him, asking him to come, saying, "Come and see the accomplishment, what we are doing and what we have done with the money, all the roads that we have contracted out, how far we have gone." Can you believe Wike inviting President Muhammadu Buhari to Rivers State? I can't believe it. Many times, the response from spokesman and different people to the president really do not really justify who the president truly is. In January 2018, there were also various things happening in the country, and Wike was the first to say Buhari has failed the country. But what is it today? His mouth has been torn after 78.8 billion was released to his state. What does that tell you? Men, people change like chameleon that they are. Wike has become a praise singer of President Muhammadu Buhari, the once berated one who will not allow Buhari to drink and put his cup down. He's now the one televising, advertising, making it known on the faces of national newspaper how good, caring, and wonderful Buhari is. My dear, this is what is happening now. Femi Adesina has taken it up and is giving it back to Wike. Say, you see yourself, you see your life. You that once said Buhari was the worst of president of this country. Don't forget that Wike is a People Democratic Party governor who will not spare Buhari at any slightest opportunity. He's not the one singing the praise of Muhammadu Buhari. And you heard Femi Adesina did not spare him at all. He said, look at the Wike, look at man, see how he has changed like a chameleon. This is the same person who would talk to the nation and address them and tell them that it's not answerable to anybody. That in fact, Muhammadu Buhari wants to kill the people of Rivers State. He has no good intention or plan for the country. He's the same person celebrating Buhari today. My people, what does that tell you? Anyway, Femi Adesina has thoroughly, watched Wike. But let me tell you something. Human being never change. You see this thing called money. It can change anybody. Money. For instance, let me even divert a little. You know that no girl is ugly. Oh, good money has not touched their hand to buy the latest wig and to dress, to wear the best clothes and everything. You'll be amazed how people can truly, really transform. That is how it is when money touches somebody's hand. Somebody that is a critic can become a celebrity overnight. And that's why some people it was in the news, speculations that Wike, President Muhammadu Buhari is trying to buy him over. But we'll watch in the forthcoming days and see truly and really if Wike is being bought over, if his mouth will be closed. Because it is good that in the government you have those who also criticize the government so that they keep the people in check and they do what they are supposed to do. If there are nobody criticizing and telling them that they are wrong, they will continue in their path and not pay attention to say that there is need for check, there is need for things to be done decently and in order. That's why it is good. Critics make the work beautiful. It makes the people to sit up and to make them do what they are supposed to do to better the life of the common man. I don't see critics as wrong. When they come, it only makes you more careful. It only makes you plan better. It only makes you evaluate yourself and say, where have I gone wrong? What could I have done better? What is actually wrong with these directives and perspective? And before you know it, amends are made. And somehow it goes further to judge the perspective of what people are thinking or doing. What do you think? Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless you. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.